Is the frequency in use. Is the frequency in use. Very good. This is K4PEW net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Didn't think so. Anyone has any emergencies, please call 911. Or you can call us if they won't answer. But we can help you in any way that we can. We will break the net for any emergency traffic. For information on this net, you can see us at on the web at 146415.net. That's 146415.net. Or you can look us up on Yahoo Groups under MJ. That's Mike Juliet _CR0. Or you can send me an email at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. The net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday evening. And of course, we conduct the net here on 146.415 FM Simplex. Purpose of the net is to support and train ham radio operators for emergency communications, if that was ever needed, and hopefully have some fun doing it. We invite you to use this net to announce amateur radio events, activities, resources, and training in support of the local community. If is there anyone with any announcements at this time? Okay, so much for that. We are headed on. Do not forget, next Saturday is the breakfast. That'll be the second Saturday in the month of September at Mount Juliet at the Barbecuties on Mount Juliet Road, right near the railroad tracks. If you went past the railroad tracks going north, you missed it. If you went past Jet's Pizza going south, you missed it. So it's right there on the east side of the road going north. About maybe almost 2 miles north of the I-40. And also we have, let's see, today is Saturday. Monday night is the Vanderbilt Club's net on 443-800 with a plus offset in the PL of 123. That's the Vanderbilt Amateur Radio Club. And of course, that's on Tuesday. We have our net, of course, on Wednesday. And then we have Wilson Amateur Radio Club's net on their repeater Thursday, and that's of course 147.105 with a plus offset and a 156.7 PL. That's 8 p.m. on Thursday. Vanderbilt's was at 7:30 on Tuesdays. Anybody fill on that information? All righty. Of course, I'm on the web at either under Brain Trusts or under, you can look me up under K4PEW. For those of you who have subscribed to that channel, I think you automatically get an announcement that I'm here. Not that it's so important to see me, but I think it's probably important that you can hear me or hear yourselves. You can hear me on the radio. You don't need to hear me on the YouTube feed. All right, no further questions or announcements?
Announcement, call K6KA.
K6KA, MJ, what you got?
We will have VE testing in Smithville September the 8th at the fire station upstairs in the EOC office. Anybody need testing, come on out.
Okay, that's VE testing. I'm hearing from, that's in, did you say Smithville or Smithville?
Smithville.
Okay, very good. Somebody told me nobody says Smithville in Smithville. They say Smithville. All right, and that's on the 8th of September. Did I hear that correctly?
That's affirmative, sir.
And that's at the fire station. And where is that fire station again?
It's 103 Main Street, and testing begins at 1 p.m.
All right, I think I got it all. VE testing in Smithville on September the 8th. And it's at the fire station, which is 103 Main Street. And it's at 1 p.m. So that's at the 8th of September, 1 p.m., fire station on 103 Main Street. We got, do I have that correct there, MJ?
That's affirmative, Bob. That's correct.
All right, very good. We got it straight from the source there. VE testing in Smithville. Anybody who wants to participate, they can just show up on a walk-in. What's the fee for that, MJ?
Yeah, walk-ins are accepted, and the fee is $10. And you should get your, if you are to pass, you'll probably get your call sign or your information either Monday or Tuesday after the test.
Ah, very good. A very quick turnaround on results and getting the FCC registration done. So if you take the test on the 8th, you would have a calendar from me for the month, but that would be 8th, 9th. By about the 10th, you'll have your license if you pass the test. Now it'd be about the 11th.
Affirmative.
Yeah, very good. Appreciate it, MJ. Any questions about the testing in Smithville on September the 8th? All righty. Any other announcements at this time? All righty. Well, I guess we'll move along to the, let's see, the breakfast. That's the only important thing besides the testing. And then, of course, the nets. I don't know of anything else. Just last time. Any more announcements at this point? All righty. We'll go right into check-ins. And we started in the south last time, so we'll start. We'll start in the south. South of 40, please come in.
KN4AJL.
Wasn't even ready with the paper yet. How you doing, Bob?
Hey, doing pretty good, Paul. You doing all right tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I realized at 5 minutes of that the net was there because I was busy trying to ignore a movie my wife picked out that I didn't like, and it was from Redbox.
I copied that. That's even a better reason to sit down a little bit early.
Yeah, it's anyway, it was one of those movies that kind of called a chick movie. It wasn't what I would have picked out for certain. So how you doing tonight, Bob? You sound good.
Oh, it's all good over this way, Paul. I've done a little work this morning, come home and took a little quick siesta and got ready for the net. So anyway, I know you got a lot of check-ins out there, I'm sure, and I don't want to keep you from it.
Gotcha. Very good, Bob. That was Bob Kilo November for Alpha Juliet Lima, and he is in Las Casas. Who else we got south of 40?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
All righty, Larry, how are you?
Doing good, Paul.
You sound great. You doing anything different?
No, same old thing. Just sitting here copying what everybody's saying and doing a little bit of computer work.
I kind of like, for years, I used to call it computer wrestling because I was always having problems.
Oh, yeah, same thing.
That's very good, Larry. And again, that's Larry, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. He is in Rockville. Who else out the 40? Hey, Scott. How are you? I was going to say there has to be more than two people south of 40. Yeah, how are you doing, Scott?
Well, I gave everyone adequate time to cheer up. Doing good over here. How about yourself?
I am doing dandy. Actually got a couple of things done today, surprisingly.
Yeah. Myself also. Wife and I did a road trip to the borough today and back. And, got a couple of things done.
The only thing that I have been recently, I realized that I like, there's a pizza place down there I really, really, really like. That's Salvo's. I don't know if that's in Murfreesboro or it's in, you know what I'm talking about, Salvo?
And we discovered that one a couple of months ago. It's over here in Smyrna. I don't know if they have a location elsewhere. But, holy mackerel, that place is some kind of good.
I'm talking about that little place that's right on the main, I can't remember the name of that big road there, but he's almost on the corner of that strip mall.
Yep, that's it, right off of Sam Ridley.
Yes, that's the one. I'm going to tell you real quick. I've never been in there, walked in, my wife walked in, and the guy who owns it, Salvo, I guess he owns it, he's Italian. You know, my wife says, where are you from? Because she heard like a New York type Italian accent. He says, from New York City, Brooklyn, wherever. He goes, really? Well, I'm from Long Island. My husband's from Niagara Falls. And he looks over at me and he says, you're from Niagara Falls. You probably know my cousin. I said, well, I've been gone for a lot of years. I might know your cousin. Yeah. He goes, yeah. He goes, the guy's last name is Magadina. I said, and I thought that as he said it, I looked at him. Magadina was one of the biggest crime bosses in Western New York and Southern Ontario. And I thought, I'm not going to say a word.
Well, I better not tell him I'm from New City. And that my father was in the FBI. My father worked all boroughs over there for I think 13 years.
And and you know, get this, he still maintains his Italian citizenship. He's a green card holder. He's a legal resident here in this country. He's been here for like 60 years.
He brought the talent with him though, when it comes to that pizza. And I haven't had anything bad out of there yet.
Oh no, he's got some great food, great pizza. The prices are decent. I liked everything about it. In fact, we make special trips down there when we want good pizza.
Good deal. And we haven't ordered anywhere else yet. It's pretty quick on the delivery. All right. Early. Haven't around she got to check it. Say what STD.
All right, Scott. Hope everybody enjoyed my mafia story. Grew up with a bunch of mafioso children. All right, who else we got? South of 40, please come in.
W1FIE.
I'm sure you've already got me down, no problem.
Well, hold on one second. W1, is that Foxtrot India Echo?
Correct.
And I don't know who that is. That must be a new person to me, unless my brain's dead today. What's your first name and where are you?
This is Jennifer and not Juliet.
Oh, Jennifer. You already got a vanity call, didn't you?
Yep, we've been emailing each other a few times.
No, we have, but that wasn't your call when I saw it registered. Is it?
You're right, it's vanity. I just got it this week.
Oh, well, that's great. And you're on your handheld?
Yes, I am sitting at Jet's Pizza waiting for our delivery.
Oh, okay, great. No, you sound great. Of course, you can see that I can receive you pretty well on your handheld from my location. But did you try to talk to anyone from the house there over near where you live?
No, it's actually my first time on the radio.
Oh, really? Well, you're doing real well. That's that isn't really. Is that supposed to be a? No, never mind. It looks like wifey is what I was going to say. That's a call.
That's it. That's my nickname for years.
Ah, okay, very good. And your husband, is he with you as well?
He is.
Well, I can check him in too. Did he get a vanity call as well?
I did not.
Ah, okay. And I don't remember your call, but go give it to me again.
KN4OJH.
Okay, very good. Yeah, it's going to be hard to take hubby because you can't make a hubby into a ham vanity call, I don't think.
Exactly.
All right, very good. And that was Jonathan, correct?
Yes, but I go by Doug.
Okay. Well, I saw the Jonathan. That's what I remembered. Now I got to remember scratch out Jonathan in my brain and go by Doug. All right, Doug and Jennifer, it's a pleasure having you on the net. It's good to hear new people on the air. I hope you stay involved. I know we have a lot of fun, and I presume you have been monitoring at least this activity and some others on the air.
Yep, we just left our Wilson County Amateur Radio Club meeting.
Ah, okay, very good. Yes, I have been active in that club in the past, but due to my home situation, I don't get out to too many meetings, at least not in the evening because of my wife's work. And I may have already told you, my mother, who is 90, and my mother-in-law, who's 94, live with us. Yeah, they're both 90 and a half and 94 and a half. So they can't be left alone.
That's awesome. We're taking care of them.
Oh, on some days it's awesome. On some days it's a pain. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
All right, very good. Appreciate you being there, Jennifer and Doug. You're over there at Jet's Pizza, which is almost right next door to where we have that breakfast next Saturday. And of course, in fact, I think it is right next door, where we have the barbecues, where we have our breakfast, our monthly breakfast. We'd love to have you if you can make it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, very good. That was Jennifer and Doug, the new to Ham Radio. The call there was Whiskey 1 Foxtrot India Echo, and that's Jennifer and her husband Doug, Kilo November 1 Oscar Juliet Hotel, and they're at Jet's Pizza on Mount Juliet Road at the moment, but that's not where they live. They live over just east of Providence and south of 40. Who else south of 40? Please come in.
K4OFO mobile tonight.
Ah, mobile. Right. On the handheld, or do you have a mobile rig? I don't remember.
I'm on the mobile rig tonight. I'm on South Mount Juliet Road heading to the house.
Okay. You know, you sound as good on the mobile as you do on the handheld sitting in your living room. You know that, Don.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. When I realized I was on 1 watt talking to you the other day, that kind of shocked me, though. I had to take a second look at that.
That's right. You did. You were on 1 watt. I forgot that.
I was on 1 watt on that mobile when I talked to you the other day, sitting in the living room at the house.
Yeah, it's funny well, again, I'm at a relatively good elevation to you, and also having that antenna up there at that elevation helps out a lot. But yeah, it's funny how well a handheld that doesn't have obstructions will work.
Well, from where I was, I had a pretty straight shot with you, and I probably not any hills or anything, and didn't have a whole bunch of trees. That was the main thing.
Yeah, I agree. But it is interesting how well an RF signal, even at 1 watt or 5 watts, will carry under the right conditions. All right, very good. Donnie, it was Donnie, Kilo 4 Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar, and he is mobile over down around South Mount Juliet Road, probably about 4 miles south of me, maybe 5 by now. All right, Donnie, good to have you in there. Who else we got south of 40?
K4IDC.
I take it you're immobile.
I am stationary.
Ah, very good. How are you doing tonight, Robin?
Well, thanks. Spent some time with Wes, a couple other friendly types this afternoon, pointing high-speed projectiles at targets downrange.
Yeah, you can conceivably mean those are like radio parts you don't want anymore.
Okay, well, we've done some of that too. But yeah, they were supersonic.
Oh, that's great. Sounds good. Remind me, I'll send you an email. I want to ask you a simple question about something, about some equipment you might have that I could take advantage of. But I will talk to you about that later. All right, and it's Robin. He is South Mount Juliet Road and closer to Percy Priest Lake, and it's Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. Who else south of 40? Please come on.
Paul, K6KA, I'm assuming you got me checked in, correct?
I didn't have you. Well, I didn't write you down as a check-in because, well, I would have had. It's not like I forgot you, but yeah, I didn't write you down as a check-in because yours was just an announcement. But I don't stand on formalities. How you doing tonight, MJ? You sound great. Are you located at the house?
Yeah, that's affirmative. I would like to get your YouTube address again. I missed it at the beginning.
Wow, I just got a blast off of the radio after you just talked. I don't know what that was. You can either find it on Brain Trust, BrainTrusts, Brain Trusts. It's one word with plural. And then, or you can look it up on the call, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey. Usually finds it. The thumbnail I used for the channel that's the day my wife and I got married a few years ago, almost 7 years ago. So it's hard to miss. You don't see too many married people. People in their married photos as a thumbnail, but that's what it is.
Yeah, Roger, I found it. Thanks very much, sir. You doing well? I'm sure you've pretty much healed after your accident, I'm sure.
Oh, I have my days. I still have. I didn't even, you don't even know you have a scapula. Scapula? Yeah, that thing on the back, that wing in the back of your back, or on the east side of your back. Well, that one got busted pretty good. And that has taken, it's still under certain, when I lay down and move around my arm in certain ways, it's still slightly painful, but it hasn't decreased my mobility, and I can do pretty much everything I was doing before, or at least I have to. I still got to mow the lawn and trim the shrubs and fix the car and do the stuff I got to do. But no, I'm in great shape, and I appreciate you asking that.
Yeah, roger that. If you'd have a mind to, I'm going to have eye surgery Tuesday. Nothing big, just cataract surgery, but Just think about me that day.
Yeah, very good. What kind of eye surgery? My mother just had both her lenses replaced, implants.
Yeah, I'm having. I've already had the left eye done. I'm having the right eye done.
Oh, great. Well, I think they've got that down to a science, MJ, because here's my 90-year-old mother went through it, over a period of 3 weeks, 4 weeks, without a hitch. It was great.
Yeah, the left one went really well. I'm hoping the right one goes as well. And for people who don't know, my wife kept telling me that I was colorblind, and I just told her she was crazy until I had these new lens put in, and I found out that the cataracts will color things yellow, and I can now actually see good color.
Is that right? I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years. I thought color blindness was something in the brain or the retina or the nerves or something.
Yeah, it's just you just have a yellow cast over your eye, and when they put that new lens in, everything just brightens up, and all the colors come back. It doesn't have a yellow cast.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, my mother paid extra, just so I don't know if you paid extra or not, but she did, and to get her lenses were corrected for great far vision, and now she just wears reading glasses to read, when she reads a book.
Yeah, I'm still going to have to wear glasses because I have prisms in my lenses, and they cannot fix that with this kind of surgery.
Okay, a little different. Very good. It's amazing. Up until about a couple of years ago, she didn't need glasses at all, but the cataracts is what got her. Like it does. I have pre-cataract issues, but they're not real bad right now.
Yeah, after my surgery, this left eye actually went back to 20/20 vision, and it was not even close to that before the surgery.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. That must be a good feeling, though. I can't imagine how, getting through the surgery is a good feeling in one piece, and then having good eyesight at the end is like another good piece. But yeah, we'll be, for those inclined to be thinking or praying about the MJ who's having surgery on his other eye this coming Tuesday, he would appreciate it. Well, very good, MJ. That was Kilo 6, Kilo Alpha, and he is in, you're in Woodbury still, or did you move?
No, sir, still in Woodbury.
Yeah, okay, I thought that was. My memory was starting to slide there a little bit, because I know you moved from Watertown area over to Woodbury, and I'm glad that went well for you.
Roger that. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. 73 tomorrow.
Yeah, very good. Who else we got south of 40?
W40BX.
Hey, Eddie, how are you tonight?
Doing very well. I'm working on my little scope project box. I try to do a few minutes on it every chance I get, and been doing a little shopping today and just enjoying the nice hot weather.
I thought of you this afternoon as I was driving down Lebanon Road, as we were going at the pawn shop that's up there on Lebanon Road. I thought of you as I drove by.
But you don't find many good deals at pawn shops. Every once in a while, not often.
No, I don't imagine that's true. I haven't been in there in a couple, 3 years, so I'll just stop back in there. Some people say they just go to the pawn shop to visit their stuff.
There you go. And I guess that could be a good reason, but if you haven't been there in 3 years, probably 90% of the stuff is the same stuff you saw 3 years ago.
Yeah, I got you. All right, very good. That was Eddie, Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-Ray, and he is in just east of a couple miles east of Mount Juliet Road and south of I-40. We'll catch you later, Eddie. Good to have you in there. Sound good tonight, as always. Who else south of 40, please come in. All right, then we'll move around to the east. How about to the east of Mount Juliet Road?
WA4ZHI.
That's right. Mr. Hair Trigger, push the talk button. James, how are you, James?
I got to hold his mic about 25 minutes of a wait on you to test.
Yeah, you're making me laugh. I can just see people waiting. Yeah. No, you sound good as always. Yeah, it's well, you know, one of the, Charles up there. He complained that a couple of nets ago. He's sitting here for 50 minutes waiting to check in.
Oh, I've been picking up on all the local people pretty good. The two, Jennifer and Doug and a couple other guys nearby.
Well, yeah, Jennifer and Doug wouldn't be too tough since they were over at Jet's Pizza, so it couldn't have been too tough. But again, they were on a handheld, and there's kind of a hill between you two, but it must have worked out okay.
Yeah, it's just almost a stone's throw here.
Yeah, I know. But I'm glad you're there, James. And yeah, it was nice to hear new people on brand new people. It's always good to hear new people, but brand new people on the air is great. Being mobile with a 5-watt handheld, that's great. All right, James. That was James, Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel, India in Mount Juliet, just a little bit east of the library. Who else saw east of Mount Juliet Road?
Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo.
And that's J. Pool Richard. What's up, Richard?
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I still laughed at how you couldn't get over how your response was when I told you that you couldn't hear 90 watts on a great antenna.
Yeah, I'm still flabbergasted at that anyway.
Yeah, it's like somebody being told they couldn't pick up WSM on their transistor radio.
Right? I mean, it's about the same difference to me.
Yeah, I know. But you're doing well tonight. You're at the house on your regular push-up pole?
Yes, sir. I'm still on the J-Bow.
Yeah, no, you sound fine. It's just good. It's a little, and again, that's one of the things that's so frustrating and fun at the same time. You wouldn't, maybe you would understand. You know, when I moved from my indoor J-pole, realizing how crappy it was, and then I went to the next bad move was the indoor rotatable 2-meter. It's a nice 2-meter antenna, 2-meter 5-element beam, and it was so frustrating and getting some signals, and you can only point in one direction, and you realize, oh man, I hate this.
Yeah, that is frustrating. I've always been one. If I was going to put up a beam, I was going to have a ground plane with it.
Oh yeah, you can't do just. I could. It would be bad though, because most people, if I pointed in one direction on this 9-element I have now, most of the people behind me would be able to hear what was going on. So now it's better this way. All right, Richard, very good. That was Richard, Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo, and he is in Lebanon, just a mile or so west of downtown.
Yeah, about that, about a mile and a half.
Yeah, very good. All right, who else east of Mount Juliet Road?
Okay, you're going.
Hello, Stan. Sound good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I've got to turn the amp on.
You don't need an amplifier, do you?
I did just have HP on running 5 watts.
Well, you were good on 5 watts. That's great. Are you going to make Richard feel bad?
Maybe not.
All right. No, you sound fine, Stan. Good having you in there.
How you doing tonight, Paul?
I'm doing dandy. In fact, I had pizza and some soft drinks tonight, and it was a great dinner. Nice Saturday night dinner.
Any leftovers?
Not if I can. Not that I'll admit to, because I'll eat them eventually.
All right, Roger. Okay, Paul, we'll load you up. Back to that. Okay, I'm for HQ.
Yeah, very good, Stan. Of course, that's Stan, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo, and he is in just a little bit north of downtown Lebanon. Who else south of east of Mount Juliet Road?
Okay, G4 monthly.
So there's the king of radio in West Lebanon.
Yeah, I wish. Stan's the king over here.
Yeah, it might go. Maybe it's 2 separate kingdoms.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Everybody's sounding good tonight. I've heard pretty much everybody. I'm not running with 5 watts, so I don't know if anybody can even hear me. So, guess I'm pointed out towards southeast or somewhere southwest, I guess. But not every. I think I heard. Well, hell, I heard him too, but it wasn't good. What do you call it? pointed just off of it. But everybody sounded good, Paul. And you sound as good as always. And Richard, too, blowing me out over here. Richard, you owe me another speaker, man. All right, well, I'll let you go. I get out of your hair. Sit back and listen to the rest of the night. Y'all take care out there. KG4 MIZ.
Yeah, very good, Kevin. No, you're doing a great job on 5 watts, and even pointing away from me, you're doing fine. You know, I mean, of course, we've never really had problems communicating, and even when I went to, seems to me I went to less than a watt on that vertical, and you still copied me. And by the way, you were about 20 over, so I'm hearing you great.
Wow, that's impressive. I appreciate KG4 MIZ.
Yeah, must be doing something right. At least you're not using a Richards J pole, that's for sure.
He won't loan it to me. I put it up there too. If he's loaning it to me.
All right, very good. Hey, listen, I got a super J pole you can borrow if you want. One of those 96 inches.
Oh yeah, sure beats me.
All right. All righty. Who else? Thanks, Kevin. That was Kevin, Kilo Golf 4, Mike, India Zulu, just a mile or so west of downtown Mount Juliet. I'm not downtown. Downtown Lebanon at Mount Juliet on the brain. With great signal. Kevin, been there a while. Who else? East of Mount Juliet Road.
KN4 LXH.
That must be Eddie. So I had the name wrong in there on that KN4 LXH. So they get that wrong again.
How the hell is Jimmy?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yep. I'm going to get that straight one of these days. I'm sorry about that, Jimmy. We're going to have to meet, and then I won't forget it.
I guess so. Well, this looks like a different perspective on the camera angle here I'm looking at on YouTube.
Yeah, I try to move it around just to look. I get bored looking at the same images when I see them on YouTube. But I've had it on this corner. I've had it on the other corner. I've had it facing me from one side, and I found an extension cord on my camera so I can push that thing around quite a bit. I'm not going to move it now because I won't get it back in the right place. But yeah, I don't can't have the sameness all the time, can I?
No, you need to mix it up a little bit. No, sure do. Need to mix it up.
Well, my wife would be upset because she says, "You're not pointing at the kitchen again, are you?" Because if she walks in there, she'll be on camera. She doesn't want to do that.
Okay. Well, a little bit of news. I managed to break through to Alaska on HF on 20 meters today. I know that as a ham of many years, that's not a big deal for you, but you know, I've been trying for 2 months and I finally did it.
It's not. Well, it's not as easy as you might think. I mean, I remember I was working. I don't remember what band it was now, but I caught one of those little provinces east of Alaska, and I forget the name of the province now. Inuit or one of those up there in the western Canada. You know what I'm talking about? I forget the name of the province.
Yeah, the guy I talked to was in near Fairbanks in a place called North Pole, Alaska.
Oh yeah. I don't think I talked to him, but yeah, no, it's a big deal because number one, it's a good distance from here. Number two, conditions aren't always good, especially now to Alaska. And number three, there's a lot less ham radio operators in Alaska.
Oh, why is that?
No, I mean just per capita. I mean, you figure Alaska's. Let's see. I'd have to look it up, but here's Tennessee with 6 or 7 million people, and I'm not sure Alaska breaks 1.5 million people or something like that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just for drill, I looked up the FCC's database, every ham that lived in Mount Juliet, and I was surprised there was a long list.
Well, that was Jimmy. That was what I don't want to say. Troubled isn't the right word. That's what got me going with this net. Partially was I said, hey, look, I'm new here. I hardly know anybody unless I go to a meeting over 11. And I know there's got to be more hams here. And I looked them up on the 3737122 zip code in QRZ. And I said, look at all those hams. Where the heck are they? So I started the net hoping to grab some of them, and I did.
Yeah, well, I looked at that list and I said, man, there's not nearly that many people on the air. So anyway, well, I'll let you get back to it there, Paul.
All right, Jimmy. I'll get that name straight one of these days. No, you're right, though. Because Well, I used to manage an association, a professional association down in Florida, and that was one of the lines I used to use because the meetings when I were originally, I kind of got it moving pretty good. And in fact, I doubled or tripled the membership, I forget now, through some activities we were doing. And I used to tell them, I go, the reason we're called an association is because we're supposed to associate with one another. And that's also true of ham radio. For an amateur radio club that's involved in communications, we need to be communicating with one another.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
640,000 people in the state, 3,400 amateurs.
Yeah, I was just going to look that up. So there's only 3,400 amateurs in the whole state. And
Well, I guess that's true, but I was just surprised at how many of them listed Mount Juliet as their address. So it's amazing to me.
oh, no, I was talking about Alaska when I said the 640,000 in the whole state of Alaska.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of people for such a big state.
Yeah. Anyway, how many? Wait a minute, hold on. Scott, how many hams did you say were in Alaska?
There's 3,400.
Yeah, 3,400 hams in the whole state of Alaska. 3,400. There's got to be that many pretty much between Davidson and Wilson County. I think there's probably 3,000 hams.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. This is Kane for LX State Friday.
Yeah, very good, Jimmy. Good to have you in there. That's Kilo, November 4, Lima, X-Ray Hotel, Jimmy, here in Mount Juliet, up north of the high school. That'd be the Mount Juliet High School. Who else south of 40? Appreciate that input on that, Scott. Who else south of, east of Mount Juliet Road? Moving up to the north end and north into Kentucky, if we have a Kentucky check-in.
In Fort JRM.
Wait a minute, God, there was two there, north of the one ending in Mike, that's what I heard.
In Fort JRM.
Okay, the call is escaping my brain memory here. November 4, Juliet, Romeo, Mike, and it is who?
This is James here on the mobile.
Oh, there we go. I know that it was, I was looking at the initials and I said, I do know that, but I can't remember who it is. So what happens, see, this happened, James, you're a lot younger than me, so you got something to not look forward to.
Well, when it happens, maybe I won't remember it.
Yeah, that's right. You won't. That's the good point. I heard that it's funny only in a certain sense. But the comedian, he said he was an old guy, I suppose, and he was like 70 something. He goes, when you have Alzheimer's, he goes, it's exciting because you wake up and meet new people every day. Well, there's a truth to that. I don't know that it's that exciting though. I think that's what troubles a lot of people who have, just like when I get upset if I can't remember something, I'm like, you're kidding me, I can't remember that. Anyway, James, good to have you in there. You doing okay?
I'm doing great. Went up to pick up a pizza, so I thought I'd check in while I was out.
What's your favorite pizza place in this area?
Oh, Papa John's.
I'm still ticked at them for getting rid of that garlic pizza.
I'll forgive them.
No, they had some great garlic pizza, and then they discontinued it. All righty, that's James, November 4, Juliet, Romeo, Mike, and he's here in Mount Juliet, just a little bit north of me. One of those guys we drug in here from the big city of Mount Juliet. Who else? Good to have you in there, James. Good signal. Who else? Where was it? East of Mount Juliet? All right, then on to north of Mount Juliet, north of Lebanon Road, north of Division Street. Anything north of Lebanon Road?
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo.
Yeah, hold on, Frank. I had another one in. Who was that? There was a double with Frank. Who was that?
W9BOQ. Good evening, Paul.
Oh, there we go, Dennis. All right, you sound pretty good. Are you at house in Castellian Springs?
Yeah, I'm sitting on the deck with my wife, Deborah, and we're watching the stars and just relaxing.
Ah, fantastic. It did get down to below 80 here at the house outside, so it must be nice up there.
It's beautiful. She keeps asking if truck drivers can hear us talk.
Yeah, if they got an amateur radio receiver, they can. She's still thinking in that chicken band mode.
Today I cut the lawn. I got the lawn cut, and all my kids' birthdays are within a 10-day span, so we're having them all out here for a birthday party tomorrow. We bought 2 tiramisu cakes and a tres leche cake or something.
Man, I can tell you didn't take any Spanish in high school. It's tres leche. It means it's got 3 kinds of milk in it. Copy?
No, sorry, she was talking to me. I'm not paying attention like I normally would. But anyway, I'll turn it back over to the net. Good evening to everybody on the net tonight. And I couldn't hear anybody south of 40 tonight, and I heard everybody from Lebanon really clearly. And I'm waiting to see if Richard from Kentucky checks in, because I would like to do a fusion net or a fusion little chat after this is over and see how that works.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, I think both. Well, Steve has fusion. Is it also? Who'd you say the other one was?
Richard, I think his name is Richard in Kentucky.
Maybe it's a different Richard. Maybe it's a different person. I know that Steve has fusion.
Maybe it's Steve in Kentucky. He's like in outside of Glasgow somewhere.
He's in Scottsville.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's him. Sorry, I had the wrong name.
That's all right. If he's not listening, it doesn't really matter, does it?
But anyway, I'll be clear, and I'll be listening. WNBOQ, clear.
Yeah, very good, Dennis. It's Dennis, Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec, in Castellian Springs. Who else? Well, we had Frank in there. Frank, how you doing?
I'm doing good tonight, Paul. Yeah, I was trying. I thought I heard them in there right together, so that's why I hesitated, because I didn't want to step on them being so close to you.
Oh yeah, well you're doing good. You're at the house.
Yeah, but I was able to get up here. I was actually on the 8T Monterton. I didn't hear anybody from the south on the 8T, but I did hear Kevin and Richard really good. And actually, I think what was the Jennifer? I could barely pick her up. So HT works pretty good for more local stuff.
Yeah, considering she was on an HT, her and her husband were on an HT there from Jet's Pizza on Mount Juliet Road.
Yeah, that's about halfway, between where you're at and I'm at. So that's why I was barely getting there. But Kevin, I could get, and Richard actually came off. I couldn't hear him at first, so I ran up the stairs. And when I got to the top of the stairs, he was moving on the HT.
Oh, I'll bet. On top of, yeah, you just go up double the height and you really increase the reception, don't you?
Yeah, and I had a buddy that just left. He's not a ham, but I showed him. I said, "You see that? Look at that little bit of height. How big of a difference it makes." So height is really important, almost more than the antenna game.
Yeah, and if he's not a ham, he probably said, "Nice. Oh, that's nice." And when he left, he said, "Who cares?"
No, he's known me forever since we were in grade school, so he understands quite a bit.
Yeah, very good. I know I was at work when I was still working, and one of the guys I worked with in the office, he saw a magazine on my desk that I was eating, while I was eating lunch, I was reading a magazine. He comes, "Hey, what's the magazine?" And I thought it was something. He picks it up and he looks at it. He goes, "Oh man," he goes, "technical porn."
Yeah, that happens at work. If I got something like that, they'll be like, "Oh, what's that? Oh, this ain't stereo equipment."
Yeah, this was a CQ, or it was either CQ or QST magazine. Oh, technical porn.
Yeah. There's all kinds of different ones, I guess. Yeah, I get all the car stuff, all the hot rod stuff, and motorcycle stuff.
Yeah. All right. Very good, Frank. You got a great signal there, just north of North Mount Juliet here, north of me. It's hard working a handheld, so I should say. But yeah, you did great. That was Frank. Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo. Who else north of Lebanon Road or Division Street? Nobody else north of Mount Juliet. Please come in. All right, I got nothing. Let's move over to the west and west of Mount Juliet for all the people sitting there falling asleep.
WY4G.
Hello, Jeff. How are you?
Okay, Paul. And anyone else who can, some remote chance hear me. I'm just tired. Just had a busy day. Well, I have the next couple of days off anyway, so just probably might not do much of anything. But other than that, not much going on.
Well, you sound good to me. You're not able. Who can you copy from where you are? I mean, were you listening the whole time?
Yeah, see, I did hear one station. He was in the south part. I can't remember his call, but I heard him. He did light up the busy signal on the bar graph. But that's the only one I've heard besides you.
Oh, wow, that must be pretty boring just listening to me.
No, it's not boring. It's just kind of frustrating because I can't hear anyone else.
Yeah, no, I got you. I've been in that boat before myself. All right, very good. That's Jeff. That's Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, and he is in Madison. Great signal, by the way, Jeff. To me, you got a great signal. Who else we got north of, or I should say west of Mount Juliet? Please come in.
KM4YRF. Hello, Paul.
Hello. Hey, I heard you earlier. I was in the midst of doing something, eating, I think, and you were talking to Mike, who was mobile.
I'm sorry, there's some kind of noise. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, there was a blast in here, too. I have no idea what that is. It sounds like malicious interference, but I don't think it is. No, I was just saying, I heard you earlier this evening talking to N1MDJ Mobile. You still there?
Yeah, somebody's keying down every time you talk.
Yeah, how nice.
I want to say hello to Paula, who's watching on live stream in Paducah, Kentucky.
I'm doing a shout-out wave to Paula in Kentucky, in Paducah. It's Paul and Paula. If anybody remembers that song, Paul and Paula, way back in about 1960.
Yeah, that was an old one.
Yeah, no, but it's a classically good one.
Catchy for him, I think.
Yes, Kevin.
It's got to be over there by him because I don't hear anything, and I'm pointed that way.
Yeah, there was a blast of. It almost sounded like digital, but I wouldn't really be able to discern what it was. Did it sound like that to you, Michael?
You know what? It's probably my ham neighbor next door on another Simplex channel.
Huh. Well, he needs to move.
Contact.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
It sounded kind of like fusion to me.
Yeah, I like I said, I couldn't really discern what that was, but it did sound like digital.
Yeah, I think it's one of the digital modes. I'm thinking fusion, but I'm not certain.
Yeah, I'm not conversant in fusion digital.
I'm gonna have to get HT out and see if that's him. I'm sure it's my landlord.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's I have yet to figure out how we managed to do that. You can have ham operators operating in a mode. I'm not against digital modes like that, but without having an ID readily available unless you own that particular kind of a radio. But I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it since it doesn't come up that often. More power to anybody who wants to use it. All right, Michael, you sound good tonight, though. It's Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, and he's in Belshire. Who else we got? We talked mostly about that mess up there. The noise. What did it sound like to you? Did you say, Michael? Could you tell? Because I could hear it here. I think he went over to have an argument with his landlord on the interference. All right, who else we got west of Mount Juliet Road?
Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Hello, everybody on the net. Been holding the mic for 15 minutes waiting to check in.
Hold on, John. Let me grab Jim here before he blows his stack here. I know the people who come in last always have to wait the longest, don't they, Jim?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I've been just reading the mail. Some good information coming through, and watching the video here. But don't get in as often as I should. But wanted to give you a check in. You're great in that, Paul. Keep it up. WA4VGZ. Back to that.
Yeah, very good. That was Jim, Whiskey Alpha 4 Golf Zulu Echo. Is that correct, Jim?
Oh, come on now. It's pretty bad, but it's not that bad. Victor Golf Zulu.
No, that was just my brain making that mistake again.
Yeah, Roger. No problem. Got somebody else here if you need another check-in.
Yeah, very good. I hear John in there. How you doing tonight, John?
Oh, I'm good. Sorry about Dublin on that.
Nah, it happens. You know how that goes. Most hams don't do it on purpose, and then when you release the mic and you hear the other person still talking, and that's when they realize it.
Yeah, it's the nature of a party line.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I remember I was on a party line when I was a kid.
You know, I do remember that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It wasn't really that bad. It was a little bit of a pain. You know, you'd hear the other person come on and say, "I need the phone."
Yeah, and every once in a while you would actually talk to an operator, which reminded you years later of exactly one of the characters that I think Lily Tomlin played.
Yeah, that's true. Now, the funniest recollections I have about phone usage that kids today wouldn't get at all was the phone would ring. I'd go over and pick it up. This would be back in the 50s or even the 60s. You pick it up, and it would be my father's sister who lived 7 miles away in the same county. And I would yell, I'd say, "Hold on," and I'd say, "Dad, it's Aunt Dorothy, it's long distance." And he'd run to the phone.
Yeah, that's right. You know, and I remember as a kid growing up in Nashville, for a while they actually had a sequence of, it would be different sequences of rings.
Oh, yes, you had different ringtones, a different sequence of rings for the different parties. And you only picked up on yours if you remembered to hear it.
Yeah, and of course all the old ladies next door always picked up on all of them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You know, you never talk to operators anymore, but you did back then.
Yeah, you know, there must have been a training school at Ma Bell because they all had that same tone of voice.
Well, that's why Lily Tomlin's piece, a little gig on that, was funny.
So, how you doing today?
I am doing just dandy. It was a little, I couldn't, it was amazing how it wasn't really hot. It was in the high 80s here, 87, 88, and yet I didn't take out my humidity tester, but it seemed like it was like really hot.
Yeah, it was, you know, I looked at the thermometer and it was like 5 or 6 degrees down from what it has been, but after about 10 minutes outside doing stuff, it felt the same.
Yeah, no, I was doing just a little bit outside today, and it was like, man, this is uncomfortable. I'm gonna go back inside because it was just, muggy. Was the way I said to my wife, it's uncomfortably muggy outside. But such is the nature of living in the South, and I should be used to it because I've lived in the South now for 44 years.
Yeah, and you were down in the really humid South.
I guess it was. I like to think of it as a swamp.
Yeah, it's what, Florida always has that distinctive extra humidity mixed with salt.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is kind of so. I know that I'd go out in the morning, and the mornings were often very uncomfortable because it would be 70. Let me say, if you kept the thermostat at 75 or 74, which you'd think would be relatively cool, and you'd go outside after you took a shower and got dressed, you'd go outside and it would be 73 outside with a relative humidity upwards of 80 or 85 or 90%.
Yeah, and the ocean breeze, as nice as it relatively felt, didn't really do a whole lot.
No, there was breezes, but I was far enough away from the Gulf that I didn't see much of that. But it is nice. It's pleasant when it's when it's not 90, that's for sure. All right, very good, John. You sound great. It's John Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo in Bellevue, just southwest of Nashville, a little tiny bit.
Jimmy up near you, I don't know what kind of antenna he's using, but he's booming in here to me
Oh, Jimmy up there in, yeah, he's up near Lebanon Road by the Mount Juliet High School, if you know where that is. And he sounds good to you, huh?
I mean, he's a full S9.
Wow, they'll be happy to hear that. Jimmy, you're still on the frequency? He may have stepped away, but I'll make sure he knows about it.
It's affirmative.
Jimmy, you still there, you said?
Clicked off.
Jimmy, you still there? LXH?
I'm sorry, the delay between the video and the radio got me.
Okay. Were you able to hear John tell you about a great signal there? LXH, is that you?
Yeah, I heard it. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, very good. Yeah, I know that. I'm sure that delay is, I don't hear the delay, so, and I don't even see the delay. Slight delay in movement, slight, so. Looks like I'm moving in slow motion, which may be true anyway. All right, very good, John. Appreciate you being in there with a great signal, and thanks for that signal report for Jimmy. I'm sure he appreciates it. Let's see, who else? Who else was south of, or I'm sorry, west of Mount Juliet? Please come on.
Whiskey 4, Charlie, Mike, golf.
KO4TR, Nashville.
All right, that's key. Wait, I got two in there. Whiskey 4, Charlie, Mike, golf. Is this Kathy? No? Who's Charlie, Mike, golf?
Oh, good evening, Paul. And then this is Kathy, Whiskey 4, Charlie, Mike, golf. To throw you off a little bit because you had somebody in between my husband, Jim, and I.
Okay. Yeah, I thought my memory was right there. I said Kathy, and I didn't hear you jump in there right away.
I think I'm still trying to wait for the repeater to sync, even though we are on Simplex.
Yeah. I'm beginning to call that mode the grim repeater.
That's true. Hey, Paul, if you don't mind, I think I missed your announcements, but I wanted to make sure folks remember the Tennessee QSO party was tomorrow. You can think of it as playing Simplex on some HF bands. Starts at 1 o'clock Central and ends at 10 p.m. Central. If anybody wants to get in and try to get all 95 counties in Tennessee.
Yeah, what did you say? What time did it end, did you say?
Ends at 10 o'clock Central, 0300 Zulu.
Very good. That's anywhere on any of the bands, correct?
No, there are a few bands that we are not allowed to get onto. Let me just take a quick peek here. We are going to be all bands and modes except 60, 30, 17, and 12 are valid. You can use phone, CW, and or digital modes, but no 60, 30, 17, or 12.
Right. It's funny when you say that because I don't need the reminder, but I guess other people do. And I never think about it when we talk about when they'll say nothing on contesting or special events on the award bands, and I automatically know that. So no, but that's true. Okay, everybody, that's Kathy, and that's Whiskey 4, Charlie, Mike, golf. She is just telling us to remind us about the Tennessee QSO party is tomorrow. It starts at 1 p.m. Central Time. It ends at 10 p.m. Central Time for those that are attempting, elsewhere on HF who are trying to get all Tennessee counties. So that would be anywhere on HF, of course, anywhere, that you're permitted to operate. Let's qualify it further. Anywhere you're permitted to operate, except for 60 meters, 30 meters, 17 meters, and 12 meters. And you could even do it on 2 meters and 70 centimeters if you wanted to. Any mode, any band except those I mentioned. And of course, within your privileges. Yeah, all right, very good. Anything else for us, Kathy?
No, I think that was the big news for the weekend. Hope to hear everyone on the air. Both Jim and I are planning on operating. We'll have to share a seat in the rig, but we're hoping to get on. This is Whiskey 4, Charlie, Mike, golf, back to net.
All right, very good, Kathy. Good to have you in there, and I appreciate the work you do with the ARRL section. I think I heard Kilo Oscar 4 Tango Romeo.
Roger, KO4TR. Name is Terry, Charlie Alpha Romeo Yankee in Nashville. And it was a pleasure meeting you at the Lebanon Hemp Fest that time.
Yeah, very good, Terry. Yeah, it's always good to. It's funny because I should always take a picture of everybody I meet new because I have to line them up because you meet so many people at a Hemp Fest you don't necessarily remember which one's which.
Roger, I don't remember you taking a picture of me, but you probably didn't want your camera to tear up on you.
Yeah. No, I said I should have, but I wasn't. I don't think I took a couple of pictures there. I did take a bunch of pictures at the Ham Fest down there in Alabama, Huntsville. But that was, man, what a big event that was. Well, Terry, it's good to hear you in there. And where are you located in Nashville again?
I'm in Northeast Nashville, not too far from Riley Parkway and Dickerson Road.
Okay, very good. I know what you're talking about. Well, very good, Terry. You got a great signal. What antenna do you use?
Well, this is kind of weird. I've got a backpack antenna, one of those cubicle quads that come in the little camo bag and everything. They're PVC pipes, and you assemble them and stick them wherever. And I got it up about 20 feet in the air or thereabouts.
Sounds good. Must be pretty good. It must be built fairly well to be outside all the time.
Yeah, it says you're not supposed to do that, but I've had it out over a year and still seems to be moving right along. I haven't had any trouble out of it or anything. I check the match every now and then just to make sure, but so far so good.
Yeah, now that's got more than one element to it?
Yeah, it's a cubicle quad, 2 elements.
Okay, very good. No, it sounds great. I didn't look at the meter there, but give me one more time as you check out here. K4PEW with Mount Juliet Simplex Radio.
Roger, KO4TR, and we'll let you get back to it, 73, and we'll see you later. And hello to all the gang on the net. KO4TR clear.
Yeah, very good, Terry. By the way, you were 20 over to me, so your signal's great.
Roger. 75 or 65, whatever it is, watts into the thing.
Oh, that's doing good. You could probably do it with 5 watts, I'm pretty sure. Well, very good, Terry. Good to hear you in there. Who else west of Mount Juliet? All right, then we'll take late check-ins. Anybody late check-ins, any place, anywhere.
K4TW.
Hey, how you doing there, Wes? Sound good?
Doing good. I'm at my parents' place in the driveway. I'm mobile. I got you all right, but I'm horizontal. And South 11. K4TW.
Yeah, if you get a chance, it's actually 62 minutes into the hour, but into the show here. But you listen to yourself. You can tell it's not the standard way because while your voice and the audio is pretty good, it's got a lot of hash there right alongside you.
Well, that's what cross polarization gets you. All right. I heard Kenny, by the way, he was in there. So been pretty good horizontal. KE4TW.
Yeah, very good. That's West Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India, and he is in his mobile in a driveway in northeast Mount Juliet. I think it's in Wilson County, and on a horizontal loop antenna on his truck. Any other late check-ins? Any lurkers, lollygaggers, sandbaggers, or scanner listeners? Well, then we'll move right into the mode. If anybody has anything to buy, sell, swap, or swindle on the air tonight, please come now.
Anyone SPD?
Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
Somebody else out there?
Heard somebody hit something, but we'll go ahead. I hear somebody trying to key up, but there's no audio. Let's try it again, Scott.
Okay, I was just making sure. We're clear. I did another update on my post on items for sale on the Yahoo group. If anybody's still interested in anything.
Oh, you did post something there on the group already this evening?
Yeah, I'd done it a few days ago and then just did an update of what I have left.
Okay, very good. I see that there. There's, for those of you that either can't, or don't want to look at it, Scott's got some equipment for sale, which would be I'll find it here momentarily. And a Linko DX70TH with the box power cord mic, multifunction knob. Does jump a little, but works. It's $325. That's a DX70TH. A Yaesu FT1802. I'll let you. Well, you can ask me if you want a copy for this, but it's a workable $65. That FT1802 is what, Scott?
Single band, 2 meter.
2 meter single band radio for $65. That's 50 watts, I take it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, very good. We got an MFJ 941C. That's 941 Charlie manual tuner for $65. The 941, is that 100 watts or is it more?
That one's gone. I didn't mean to put that one there.
Okay, it doesn't matter how much that one is. It's not available. MFJ, then another switching power supply. Fan's a little noisy, but it quiets down there if you smack it, apparently. $75. What, the 4225, is that a 25 amp power supply?
You got too many questions.
Well, you gotta know these things, don't you?
I believe so, yes.
Well, okay. If anybody wants to look it up, it's an MFJ 4225 Mike Victor MV switching power supply, and it's $75. I presume it's a 25 amp, but I don't know for certain. And then the Yaesu FP700 power supply for $100. It's a nice power supply, by the way. And then a U-Kits, YOUKITS, Echo Kilo 1 CW QRP transceiver. But it's a sale pending, but it could be available for $125 if that falls through, or the check bounces.
Yeah. Also add that local pickup, take $10 off everything.
Ah, cool. Local pickup, take $10 off of each item or everything.
Off each item.
What a bargain. All right, very good. You can contact Scott, and he is at Scott Dowling, SRS, SCOTTDOWLINGSR, Scott Dowling Sr. at gmail.com.
Yep, that's what it is. Good on QRZ. K1SPD back in.
Yeah, you can look up Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta on QRZ.com. Anybody else got anything for sale?
K4IDC.
Hey, Robin, you still got some stuff for sale? Did you get any more stuff for sale?
Same stuff. I still have a nice, hang on.
As they used to say on the game shows, turn down your radio.
Yeah, I had to do that. I'm playing with the USB dongle, and I've got it interfaced to the rig this evening, monitoring off the IF. So that's kind of fun. FT2000 still available. Astron 50 amp power supply is still available, and Halicrafters SX111 still available. I'm interested in reestablishing contact with whoever talked with me about some Roan 25 last week or maybe the week before. I'm kind of thinking it was Jimmy, KN4LXH.
Yeah, I don't recall. I know you asked me that, and that I should have made a note of it because I remember giving him your name and your email address.
Right. So KN4LXH, K4IDC. You still on the air? That's affirmative. I'm here. Were you the gentleman that contacted me about some Roan 25? Yes, sir, I was. All right, very good. Duly noted then. We'll get together. Roger that. Mystery solved, Paul.
Oh, right. Well, you know, I couldn't sleep since you talked to me about that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I was getting kind of concerned for your well-being.
Well, you've always been that way.
Well, I've always been some way.
Ever since you found out I wasn't right.
You ain't right.
Was anybody right to be doing this net twice a week for 4 years? Come on.
Well, no.
You gotta have something twisted. Anyway, that's Robin. Robin still has an FT2000 available. Very nice shape. He's also got an Astron 50 amp power supply and Halicrafters Sierra X-Ray 111 rig for sale. Plus, he's got a whole, well, some. You might want to contact him and fight over the Roan tower pieces and parts. And he's got a whole bunch of other stuff there too. So if you got some antenna needs, you might want to contact him. You sound good tonight, by the way, Rob. Forgot to tell you.
Thank you so much. You're very kind.
It's my job. Anybody else have anything to buy, sell, rent, lease, swap, swindle, or trade? Don't hear anything. All right, last chance. We'll take late check-ins for the buy, sell, swap, swindle, and trade net.
K4WKU.
Hey, I hear you up there now. It's K4WKU up in Kentucky.
Good evening.
Hey, good to have you in there. Did you have anything you want to sell, or are you just checking in late?
Just checking in late. I can't sleep either, so here I am.
I am hearing another station in there. Anybody else? Say that again, please. I had another station besides W4WKU. Who was that? Anybody else hear that second station in there?
I did, but it was just up out of the noise for me.
All right, it was Kilo 4WKU. So my mistake. I still didn't hear that other station. A little low on the audio there. All right, I don't hear anything in the moment. It's almost like it was something else going on. Steve, how are you doing this evening?
Pretty good. Supposed to work tomorrow. Can't sleep, so thought I'd get up and come down here and give you a number.
Yeah, well, your number is you're 10 over S9 here tonight, so the conditions are very good.
Roger. You're about three quarters on my scale bar here.
Yeah, remind me again. I have not tried to nail your address there in a long time. But how far north of Bowling Green are you?
About 3 miles north of the county of the city line on Highway 185, coming out towards Jackson, Georgia.
Very good. Well, you're really doing a good job. And that's that. How many elements in that beam you're using?
Just 3 elements, dual band.
Yeah, you also, 40 feet, did you tell me?
Yeah, 40 to 45. We moved it over on another tower, so it's facing straight south.
Doing a great job. Although, like I said, as you know, it's subject to conditions, but like I said, you're at least 10 over S9, sometimes a little higher.
Oh, shucks.
Well, yeah, it's good. It is good. Just think if you had 80. Well, of course, if you moved it, when did you do that move?
About a month ago.
Well, I think I would have noticed it before. I was just wondering if it got better and it stayed better. It seems to me it's been shorter than a month ago that conditions were crappy one night with us.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since I've been able to really talk to you. So I know we moved. It was in the tree in this other tower, so we took it off of that tower and moved over to the other one.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. Sounds real good. Very good. Just shows you what a little height and even an inexpensive dual band. And you said that's a 3 elements on 2 meters?
Correct. It's a Cushcraft, but I don't remember what lot number it is.
That's all right. This isn't a test, and there's no grading. It's graded on the scale of you got a great signal.
Great. Double your salary for tonight, too.
All right, very good. And I do accept. Well, I can't accept tips. That's illegal. Oh, I'll double the tip. Well, what I'll do is I'll take the tip, but I won't report it to the IRS. That's what I used to do when I worked room service.
Just remember, just pretend you're working in the restaurant business.
You know, I had a doctor tell me one time I was doing some work for a doctor, and he said, and he had been a doctor for probably 30 years at least by that time. He was taking calls at night, from patients. He hung up the phone, and I was working in the same end of the house, and he says, "What I really should have done is owned a restaurant. I could have skimmed all the money."
Yeah, that's probably right.
And not worry. The only thing you have to worry about is the IRS. But anyway, I don't know. I think being a doctor is better than managing a restaurant or owning a restaurant unless it's a hands-off ownership and it makes tons of money. All right, very good, Steve. Good to hear you in there. That's Steve, and he is north, about 3 miles north of the city limits of Bowling Green, Kentucky, and he's our only out-of-state check-in tonight, but he's been a regular off and on for a long time. It's Whiskey 4 Whiskey. Yes, Kilo 4. I'll get it right. Kilo 4 Whiskey Kilo uniform. Basically, if you look up Whiskey 4 Whiskey Kilo uniform, you end up with Western Kentucky University.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Good to have you in there, Steve. Anybody else? Late check-ins, please come. Well, very good. Well, we had a great night. It was 26 check-ins. It went a really long tonight due to the equipment stuff and some of my long-windedness. Hope somebody got something out of it. I know I did. Just remember that Tennessee QSO party's coming up. It's tomorrow, 1 p.m. till 10 p.m. 1 p.m. All bands, except of course the work bands and any place you're not allowed to transmit. Jimmy says it was open to Alaska, so I don't know if that's still open, but that's cool to work a place like Alaska. More than just being cool, like in not the literal sense. Well, very good. Everybody have a great night. 26 check-ins is a little above average, and it's a great number. And if it gets too much higher, we're going to have 4 nets a week. So you guys have a great night, guys and gals, because there was more than a couple ladies. And we'll catch you later. K4 PEW 73. I'll be here for a little bit.
W9BOQ, is anybody interested in our fusion net